Hey friends, so over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about how discipleship informs what we do here at Foundry, and the ways in which you have opportunities to live into those different ways that we're helping people become lifelong disciples. But it's not just for adults that we do discipleship ministries, and so over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to be hearing from people in ministry throughout the church about how what they're doing is help build lifelong disciples of Jesus Christ. Today we're joined by Whitney Kinsey, who's going to share with us a little bit more about what Family Ministries is up to.
Sure. Well, when we talk about discipleship, it's actually funny, I was thinking about this. In our confirmation program, we have a series of questions that the students get to explore, from the theology issues to the difficult questions. And one of the questions that we're getting ready to tackle in the next couple weeks is, why do I have to follow Jesus? Can't I just say that I believe in him? And I think that's a great jumping off point to talk about where a lot of our kids are in their faith journeys. You know, it's easy to say you believe in something, but actually putting that belief into action and following the teachings of Jesus can be a lot more difficult. And that's, I think, what differentiates us from, say, a YMCA or a different type of community program. You know, we have opportunities for people to come together, to get to know one another, to be in fellowship with one another, but the commitment to really following Jesus, to following what Jesus tells us to do, is what makes us unique. And so in Family Ministries, we're always aiming to sort of be at that end goal of helping our students, our children, our babies understand what it means to actually put their trust in Jesus and to follow Jesus with their lives. And that can look like a lot of different things. Obviously, you know, a baby is going to have a different understanding of that. They might, you know, we might be teaching them that Jesus loves them, that Jesus wants to be their friend, that they can rely on God all the time. Whereas with our teenagers, we might be, you know, getting into deeper theological issues and talking about hard questions and why as Christians we can have confidence and we can have reassurance in a world that seems really out of control sometimes. And by putting our trust in Jesus and by following Jesus, we really can make a difference in the world, and we can do things that might seem really overwhelming or might seem impossible in some ways. So discipleship is a really big part of what we do in Family Ministries, and it's something that, you know, is not just limited to head knowledge, but it's something that we really try to instill in our students and help them to have a compassion orientation, to help them see other people, to help them understand that, you know, they're not alone in this world, both from being supported and also by not being isolated and not reaching out to the people around them. So it's really important for us in Family Ministries to instill this in a way that's appropriate no matter what their age is.
So I told Whitney I wasn't going to interview her, but I do want to ask, what are you most excited about in Family Ministries in 2018?
Sure. We have a lot of things that are coming up. We're getting ready to launch some new youth programming. We have a few meetings coming up where the specific details of that will be announced, but I'm really, really excited for our youth in particular to have more opportunities to connect with one another, to connect with leaders, to be invested in by adults who care about them, who want to walk alongside them. So that's really, really exciting for me. Our partnerships with our local friends at Stead Park are only growing. We have several big events planned with them. Just being able to use this beautiful building that we have here to welcome folks in. You know, we have yoga classes that meet here for kids. We have our community Christmas festival. We have our Easter egg hunt. So being in partnership with the people in our community, where you have an explosion of kids. So there's just kids everywhere in the neighborhood. I look out my window and I see a stroller go by every 5 or 10 seconds. So we're really excited to be more present in the neighborhood. And then we're launching a new middle school mission trip this summer. So we have an opportunity to work here locally in DC so that our middle schoolers can really get to know some of the needs in our own city, and to not view mission just as a trip, but to really have an experience of working with local organizations kind of right where we are and getting to know what the needs in our own community are. This is our 30th year of the Appalachia Service Project, so we'll be returning there this summer to rural Kentucky, and we'll take about 10 students with us there. So just lots of different opportunities for our kids to sort of use their hands and their hearts and their minds to grow and to become more of a community with one another. So, yeah.
And if there were one way for people who are watching this video today to get involved and to help support what Family Ministries is doing, what would that be? You
know, we have a lot of different opportunities for people to be involved. And I know when I talk to people about volunteering in Family Ministries, you know, they just envision being alone in a classroom with, you know, kids running everywhere and everything being really chaotic. But, you know, our program is fantastic. We have tons of leaders who have been doing this for decades. I have a leader who's been doing this for 30, 40 years. So we have a lot of longevity in our program, and we can find a spot for anybody. So we have the most casual commitments. We have tons of events throughout the year, and I can always use help getting supplies for these events. That's a very, very low level commitment, all the way up to being a leader on a mission trip, to going with us to Kentucky for a week, to being a small group leader and investing in the lives of our children or our students on a weekly basis, of getting to know them, of being with them and leading them and walking alongside them, helping them through whatever life might throw at them. So we really do have a range of opportunities that can be as little as once a quarter to as much as once a week or a week in the summer. So really we have something for everybody. And even if you feel nervous about working with children or youth, we have plenty of training. We always pair new people up with a seasoned veteran who can help you sort of learn the ropes. But I really encourage you to invest in our children and our students, because they need a wide range of people to come alongside them. The more diversity we have in our leaders, the better. They can learn things from people of all different ages and stages. So I encourage everyone to get involved. If you have any inkling of, this might be interesting, definitely please get in contact with me and we'll find an opportunity that works for you.
Awesome. Well, as you can see, there are so many exciting things happening here at Foundry to help people be and become lifelong disciples of Jesus Christ. There are ways for you to be involved in that too, and so I hope that you'll reach out to Whitney if there are ways that you want to engage in the ways Family Ministries is doing that. And for now, good luck and God bless as you continue to engage in the ways you are being called to grow and go in your service and witness here at Foundry Church.